Collin Morikawa, Reid, what an absolute impressive performance that he put together yesterday. Like he really was on another planet. I mean, what was the most impressive part of his 4 days at the British Open for you?
Yeah, well, he got he got some of Jordan Spieth's lucky bounces off the fairway because a lot of those could have gone either way. But aside from that, right, that had nothing to do with it. The guy made every single putt that he needed to. I mean, he was sinking 10, 11 foot, par putts on greens that, especially if you're not used to, can really wreak havoc. And we saw what happened to Louis from the get go. And I'll leave that to Geoff because he knows him better than anybody else. Sans Louis and his wife. But like Morikawa was just making every single putt. And we've mentioned it time and time again, Emerson, is that, and I was completely off on Morikawa. So I have to admit that, but when he's gaining strokes or when he's with his putting, he is going to be in contention. He is going to win. You've seen it so far this season that every single time he's had positive strokes gained putting, he's either been in contention first or second this entire year, and it culminated in the last major of the season. So kudos to him.
I mean, Geoff, we're talking about a guy who's not even 25 until next year. He's played in 8 majors in his career. He's won 25% of them, winning 2. He entered today 1 stroke back and ends up winning by a couple here. So what impressed you the most with Collin Morikawa?
I mean, probably just his course management in an event like the British Open. Look, when we're talking about Collin Morikawa, you have to realize, I mean, you can speak about him in the same vein as like Jon Rahm and Justin Thomas. He's the best iron player in the world, quite frankly. And Reid's right. You know, when he starts to putt like that, I mean, Oosthuizen is ranked like, top 3 putter on tour right now, just in terms of strokes gained putting. That's his bread and butter. He's really improved that part of his game. He does not have the consistency, though, tee to green that Collin Morikawa does. So when Morikawa starts sinking the same kind of putts that Louis does with regularity, he's almost impossible to beat. You knew that if Morikawa was going to come out and sink those putts on Sunday, it was going to be really tough. I do think the conditions helped Morikawa this week. It's always a little bit easier your first Open Championship when it's calm. You don't have to worry about the weather factoring in. Maybe you don't have to hit as many, Open Championship shots like run-ups, but he's clearly like a top 3 player in the world. And look, we've got 2 really elite winners at the majors the last 2 times out.
Yeah, and Emerson, really quickly with Morikawa, the delta between his strokes gain approach and the second guy, like Paul Casey, right now, is the same as when we saw Tiger when he was at his best. So just to put that into comparison, you see what he's done in his first time out at major tournaments, but then just his approach, he's so much better than the second guy, which is unbelievable, and it's been consistent all year.